I wanna feel. I wanna feel. I want you to hit the like button when you come in. I want your body to the very last drop. Okay, I'm done playing around. Listen, make sure you like this video as you come in, honey. Listen, the girl is back. What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and honey, I am back in the building. Listen, honey, I'm over here watching Love Is. Shout out to Mara Brock Akil. This is my favorite producer, honey, of all time. She has produced Girlfriend. She helped to produce Moesha. What else, honey? Being Mary Jane. I think that's the only one I wasn't jiggy with. Okay, I didn't get jiggy with. I just couldn't get into it. I think that Gabrielle Union, though, is gorgeous. She's beautiful. You know, our beautiful black Barbie doll. I think she did very well in that role. It was something about that, though, I just couldn't get into. She also produced The Game. Tia Mowry, Pooch Hall. Everybody loves Melody and Derwin. This lady creates like the most beautiful romances. I'm so upset that this got canceled. Like, when I tell you I was waiting with my popcorns and my gummy bears for season 2 of Love Is, because I absolutely love Michelle Weaver, and Will Catlett. I really like him, and I feel like him and Michelle's chemistry was amazing. I just love me some Mara Brock Akil. Girl, we need the Girlfriends movie, honey. I love Girlfriends. I think she's brilliant at creating characters and character development, honey. Shout out to her. I really love her work. Child, I'm over here minding my own business, honey. Drinking my water, minding my own business. And, just been doing some research, okay? Nigga gotta do her research before she get on here talking to the peoples. And Yolanda is suing the employer now? It's everybody's fault but yours? What is going on? And then Yolanda was going live at work, okay? It's a mess. It is a mess. Say it ain't so, honey. So let me read what some people is saying about Yolanda, honey, and we know who Yolanda is, honey. Okay, we have to give her an alter ego, okay? But the person says AL was seen on multiple occasions talking to patients about their medications and having to stop his lives to get out medication? What? Say what? Why would you be doing that? Okay. This is crazy. Another person says, I think that Yolanda was trying to set Mel up to serve her those papers. Tried to use Carson as a cover-up. Glad Bro Chat exposed his butt. He needs to find something constructive to do. There's so much evidence against him and what he's thinking. How dreadful. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, he's suing, is suing the former employer now. And like I said before, Melody is not even on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay? Another person says that Ninja dragged Mel for 2 years with the financial assistance of Stormy. Not the financial assistance. Another person says you cannot be on social media while you are at work. He can't blame Mel for the choices that he made. Absolutely. Another person says, so he got fired, too busy on the internet from work? Child, it's a mess. Another person says that this whole lawsuit is, on behalf of Martell. Martell is getting people to do his dirty work for him, still trying to get money from Melody. Yeah, that's a shame because she already got a deal with Martell and Ariane, and then this whole thing, and it's very frivolous. And it is crazy. Another person says in the healthcare business, you are not allowed to go on live. Another person says, I remember seeing some of Yolanda's videos where she was on live and clients would come to the door and she would mute them so you couldn't hear them. And then he would come back on the live like they were getting on her nerves. What? Say what now? Okay, so let's get to our next story with Carlos King. A lot of people are dragging Carlos King. And the EUR, they did an exclusive on Carlos King and congratulating him on his Love and Marriage franchise and how groundbreaking it is. Let's read the article. He didn't include Melody in it. Y'all know that Melody quit the show because she was, sick of the bullshit with all the cast members, coming for her. And especially after that, disgusting reunion with Destiny, of all people. This girl can barely pay her damn bills on time, sitting up, attacking Melody, okay, who got 4 kids, by the way, and who pay her bills on time and who is successful. See, the people, when they come after you, they're always beneath you and below you. Okay, it'll never be people that's your equal or on your same level coming for you. Always the people that are, they're, for lack of a better words, on the first floor. Okay? Yeah. So let's get to the article. So it says Carlos King has been considered one of the driving forces in reality television, but what he's doing with his Love and Marriage franchise is groundbreaking. Producing 69% of OWN's original programming hours, including 4 out of the network's top 6 highest rated shows, King's influence on the landscape of unscripted television is undeniable. From his early days watching the Oprah Winfrey Show in Detroit to becoming a media mogul supplying content to Oprah's own network, the journey has been both humbling and divinely guided. As King shared in an exclusive interview with EUR, the Love and Marriage franchise has expanded into multiple cities, including the most recent edition, Love and Marriage Detroit, which I think is a snooze fest. It is so boring. I don't know. And I hear other people like it, you guys. They just ain't got nothing on, Huntsville for me. And then even I like, not the Potomac one. What is DC? I like that one. It says Love and Marriage Detroit. King attributes the success of the series to the authenticity and equality of the couples featured. Well, let me say this, and this is an issue with Carlos King. Carlos likes to promote toxic marriages. He does. I think he finds them to be interesting. I told y'all Carlos is not the friend a girl would want to have, because he will go to your wedding, and meanwhile, you could be marrying a damn scammer, and he will, girl, yes, girl, Strong J, girl, yes, get married to that man, girl, go on in the burning house, girl, yes, it's on fire, girl, but go on in, honey, nobody is perfect, girl, okay? It's like he is a, male pick-me. He was at Jennifer Williams' wedding. Who else wedding he was at? He was trying to get Melody to forgive Martell, and like that, all that cheating shit, like men with, you know, with that in their character, that stuff, that's something that does not change overnight. It can change, I think, with a woman, depending on the circumstances. But a lot of men, if they're cheaters like that, they don't stop. They just want to be with women that's gonna put up with that and share them, right? So, and then I knew something was off with Carlos. I told y'all a long time ago when he got to saying, Ariane is the whole damn restaurant. Like, she was able to break up your marriage, and she means so much to you. That man does not give a fuck about that girl, because he would have married her. See, men are simple, and when they know what they want, they will, they'll go ahead and do the deal. But she been giving herself away for free, at a discount, because she has, no morals, values, integrity. You know what I'm saying? She has low self-esteem. So that's really, what's going on with Ariane. But in Carlos's mind, it's just like, yeah, but this affair, it's been going on for so long. And she treats him like a man. No, there's no such thing as treating a man like a man. He is a man. And if a woman is not treating you like a man, it's because you don't act like one. Some of y'all need to stop being so damn feminine. We got men out here jealous of women like Martell. And they literally hate you because of how you make them feel when they are in your presence. You're out here accomplishing things, working, on yourself, doing your self-development work, which they won't do because, they're very superficial, and on the surface, they will go and make money, right? And buy all the material items that money can buy, but they will never do their self-work, okay? So y'all watch out for these men that's always bragging and, and a lot of them, they run and get ugly women that are pick-me's, that are so desperate and happy to say that they have a man, some hamster face, mouse face looking woman, and Ariane is not too far off from that. So I could kind of just look at people, and people accuse me of being judgmental, but it is what it is. I see what I see, and I'm not going to unsee it. Okay? But yeah, so Carlos is out here, he's being honored. He didn't mention Melody, in the article or during, the interview, and, how, she's the reason, her and Martell for Love and Marriage Huntsville's success, so. And another thing is, Carlos is not just a producer. And like I told you all, I am a fan of Carlos King as far as what he was able to do on Real Housewives of Atlanta and Love and Marriage Huntsville, has been a very entertaining show in the past. I think it has gotten darker, though. I will say that. Over the years, because like I said, that was completely unnecessary for Destiny to be sitting in his face trying to tell him that Mel allegedly was, doing some sucky on Martell in front of the damn comeback group. That just, why would you sit up there and say that about that woman? And I never saw Carlos say, well, Destiny, don't you think you're going too far? Or I don't believe that that's true. Could you stop? He was, kind of and I was like, what? Why would you let her ass and this bitch don't even have a building to do her business in, lost the damn building, in a goddamn storage unit coming for mail? See, I will humble thyself and be like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be saying shit about this bitch because she kind of doing better than me. But I told y'all, when people come at you, they're oftentimes beneath you. They are below sea level. They are on the first floor. And they're like reaching at you, trying to pull you down and put you in lowest terms. Okay, that way then they can be your equal. They don't feel like they're on your level, as they are, so they feel like, well, I'll attack her, I'll embarrass her. And I know I've been through it, honey, my whole life. They stay coming for the queen, honey. And they will make up frivolous issues. Like, for instance, with me, people will consider me to be the light-skinned pretty girl. Now, with being the light-skinned pretty girl, you can be quiet and be to yourself. But no, people will do the whole, well, she's stuck up. She thinks she's so much better. She doesn't want to talk to me. No, you need to mind your fucking business. I done been at jobs. I done been at neighborhoods. People can't mind their fucking business. They so obsessed. Okay, motherfucking stalkers and fans and child. I done been with niggas that have stalked me, attaching themselves to my damn email, just so damn desperate, honey, to be seen by the queen. Okay, and it's just like, relax, get your own life, focus on you. I'm not thinking about you. And this is one thing I want to say to you all before we move on. Don't try to fight so hard to be in people's life. People are always treating you in the way in which they feel about you. So if I'm not talking to you, it's because I'm not interested. You're not on my level. I don't give a fuck how close in proximity you are to me. You're a family member. You're in my neighborhood. That don't mean shit. You could be standing right next to a bitch and not be on her level. So know your place at all times. Okay? Know your place. So, with that being said, now let's move on, okay? Let's move on and see what some people think about this. Okay, so some people are speculating on why, Carlos King didn't, acknowledge Melody in the interview, in the article, or, Martell. And so one person says, Carlos King probably can't talk about Melody legally, but honey, if you can't talk about the star of the show and how it came about, then it may as well be canceled. There wouldn't have been a show without Mel. I agree with that. Absolutely. They all got paid off of her and Martell's back. Yep. And guess what? If they could, they would have kept on. They would have kept on just trying to put Melody and Martell's business out there and riding off of their coattails. It bothered Kimmy. Y'all saw that last season. It bothered Kimmy that Kimmy was accusing, that people thought that, maybe Maurice was out here stepping out on her. That bothered Kimmy. That bothered Kimmy when Maurice embarrassed her and was saying, how she just rolls over and takes it. See, they are embarrassed when their real life is put out there, right? And they have to be questioned about it. But they had all the questions in the world for Melody and Martell. And every time Melody, I noticed that every time they was like out of town or something, Melody is in a good mood. She's not even thinking about Martell. They always bring him up. Okay? They always, even Kimmy, her weird ass, talking about just when I see you, I see Martell. I'm so used to you guys being together. Well, bitch, get over it. He had a baby. He chose to step out on her. He never stopped cheating. Why would you associate this woman with this toxic ass nigga? Why would you, why would you want her to get back together with that? They was even trying to get Melody to go back in the burning house because her and Latifah, they're still in their burning houses. And Latifah, we saw her scrambling at the reunion when Kiki was trying to put out there that her husband has stepped out or has been inappropriate in the marriage, and she up there lying. Well, that was 15 years ago. And Kiki was like, it wasn't no damn 15 years ago. Okay, I guess he was like inboxing the girl on social media or something. And Latifah, because she's just like Kimmy, right? She cares about image and she wants her marriage to look a certain way on the surface, right? And these cowards, they're nothing like Melody. I'm talking about Kimmy and I'm talking about Latifah. Melody put it out here for years. This man had stepped out. We ended up, hearing about him having a baby, with the girl, and all of that was put out there. But yeah, you can't ask the Scotts, I mean the Knots, because they are not who they say they are. You better not dare ask them about their business, because we know that's how one of them, well, a few of them talk, honey, because they from the other side of the tracks. Your man said that, girl, not me. You better recognize. But yeah, I just, I know what I'm looking at, honey. So another person says, I think that Carlos King is actually a sick man. They just need to cancel the show. He doesn't accept responsibility for anything. Like I said, he loves pushing the girls into these burning houses with these men. He does. The only relationship I agree with him on is probably a Nene and Greg, and their marriage wasn't perfect. We know that Greg Leaks, rest in peace. We know that Greg changed once Nene started making money, right? And I didn't like that. But dynamics change whenever you start making that coin, honey. And him and Nene divorced, and Carlos has always loved their marriage, and we all know they got remarried. But see, with Nene and Greg, you saw that Greg kind of balanced Nene out. She was very no nonsense, didn't take no shit from nobody. But Greg would be like, babe, I got you. I got your back. He would speak to the girls after he got cancer, right? He began trying to be a peacemaker with the girls. He still, went in the house when they visited Nene out in LA, and he got Candy something to eat. He told Nene, he defied Nene. He was like, I don't care what y'all got going on. Candy on a plate. I'm going to go get her something to eat. He would go against Nene. My point is, to me, their marriage was the healthiest I've ever seen. And it was a real marriage. And I like Heavenly and Damon, but to me, their marriage can be kind of seen as, oh, he's so perfect and he's a good man. And I don't doubt that, because Dr. Damon, honey, has Miss Robinson's birthday. He is a good man. But you've even seen Damon, check Heavenly. But Heavenly, the difference between Heavenly's marriage with Damon and Nene and Greg's marriage is Nene gave you the real. She let you know Greg wasn't perfect. She told you on camera, I married a damn monster. She would go against Greg. It was more real, not all this bowing down and acquiescing and acting as if, you know what I'm saying? This man is God. I feel like sometimes Heavenly comes off like Damon has this God complex in her eyes, and we saw more of the real with Greg. So I agree with Carlos as far as, in Nene's marriage, but some of these other marriages, honey, he be promoting, I can't get jiggy with. Oh, and I know I'm late with this, but honey, did y'all hear about Lil Wayne putting his woman out on Mother's Day? Not the Mother's Day, put the lady out. Okay, but I can't feel sorry for the lady, because y'all see how Lil Wayne be treating these damn women. Why do y'all think y'all go get better treatment? Okay, you see how Lil Wayne looks at women? And he's very talented. I love me some Wayne. I like his talent, right? But I do not like how he treat women. So I was like, girl, don't nobody feel sorry for you? Now, really quickly, guys, let's move on to the Diddy trial. So, Cassie Ventura, She faced cross-examination from the defense this past Thursday as they asked her questions about her relationship with Sean Diddy Combs, her drug use, and whether she was jealous. During cross-examination, Ventura, who previously testified about blackmail concerns around freak-off videos, said that she could understand that Combs' career was ruined by her 2023 lawsuit. The testimony frequently includes graphic allegations, including and involving physical and sexual violence, including Ventura accusing Combs of rape. Combs has pleaded not guilty to 5 charges, including sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy, a main part of which involves using employees to facilitate illegal activities. Sean Diddy Combs' former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, wrapped up 4 days of testimony Friday in Combs' trial for sex trafficking and racketeering. Defense attorneys challenged Ventura on the timeline of the alleged rape she previously testified happened after dinner with Combs in August 2018. The defense argued Ventura told the government Combs raped her in September of 2018. They also noted in text messages between Ventura and Combs that followed the alleged rape, "You don't say the last time we saw each other. You raped me, right?" Right, Ventura testified. Prosecutors also expressed concern with the amount of time the defense spent questioning Ventura, who is nearly 9 months pregnant. I'm going to say this. She got pregnant on purpose. She did. And I know a lot of you are going to say, oh, brand new, you're being wrong, and she's in love with her man. She may be in love with her man, and Cassie did right. You know, you get with the man that, Diddy hired this man to be, her personal trainer and his. She ended up with him. She did good on that, because, look, that's what you should do. Right? But, girl, you got pregnant on purpose. That way everybody can feel sorry for you. And this is the thing, right? In my opinion, okay? Cassie went through a lot of abuse with Diddy. She did. She is a victim of the abuse, the physicality of it. But girl, you were getting down and doing all these freak-offs. Yeah, but sometimes she didn't want to do it. And this is the thing. This is the thing. And look, we're going to have a real conversation today, right? Because a lot of people, I notice when they talk about this case, they only talk about it as he's just so horrible and he's so terrible. He is. He's scum of the earth. I'm not at all defending Diddy at all. But there's a trade-off when you get with a powerful man. You wanted to be in the music business. You were dating Ryan Leslie. I believe that's the man's name. You dumped him to get with Diddy. You was dating Kid Cudi, and allegedly he didn't blew up his car, and then there's Michael B. Jordan came up, and Chris Brown, all these people. Do you see what I'm saying? The defense was really on her ass, you are not this poor perpetual victim. And I know some people will say, yeah, but she couldn't leave, and yeah, she couldn't, that's what it looks like. And I get being in an abusive relationship, it could be hard to leave, and psychologically you're broken and you're damaged and your self-esteem is not intact, right? Okay, I understand all of that, you guys. I really do. But, there is a trade-off when you want to be famous. There's a trade-off. She sacrificed herself. She did. She sacrificed herself. And then, wasn't he with, Kim? He was with Kim. And then I believe those two relationships overlapped. Okay? I believe they overlapped. I also believe that Cassie thought that she was the preference. Okay? and she would get treated better. I'm here to tell you a lot of the reason why everybody feels sorry for Cassie, and don't get me wrong, Diddy was wrong for what he did. I think it's because she's an ambiguous looking woman. She's not necessarily black. Nobody would have all this empathy for Kim. For Kim Porter. They're saying rest in peace and justice for Kim now, but this would have never went this far if this was Kim. It would have never went this far. Not with all the support, okay? And I just feel like when you are a racially ambiguous looking woman, the world really feels sorry for you. They do, more than the black woman, because people, and especially in our race, where a man will call you masculine in the minute, all the while disrespecting you. Guess what, bitch? You disrespect me, my masculine side, you damn right it's gonna come out, and you're not gonna like it. Okay? But yeah, that girl participated in all them damn freak-offs, and, even during some of the testimony that she had, she was in on it, she would plan it, so I don't know really how that's gonna go. I do believe he will get time. I don't know if it'll be for life. It should be. The girl Dawn, she testified too, the girl he was in Young Money with. But all of these people, they wanted something from him. They were still willing to work with him. Because the one girl went from Danity Kane, and then she went to and did Young Money. You saw things. But why did you stick around? Money and fame and popularity. They all wanted that. They all wanted that. I also think I heard Cassie say, she would have I think she ended up she got $10 million for the hotel video of him beating her. Then she got another $20 million. Then I believe she was on the stand saying she'll give all the money back. No, you wouldn't. That's what all of this is about. And I get it. Pay me for my pain. But you wanted money. That's why you ended up getting the money. Yeah, well, she was on stage and she was I see people like playing into stuff like, oh, well, she's pregnant, and yeah, it looks bad for a pregnant woman to have to answer all these questions, but the girl set up to get pregnant. That way she wouldn't have to. That way people would feel sorry for her and she could kind of, wiggle around the situation, right? Because I'm here to tell you, that defense team, they gonna be on her ass. Like, girl, you was in them damn freak-offs. You wanted to do it. And she's all on the stand. Oh, I just wanted to please him. I just wanted to be with him. And you wanted money from him. You wasn't just with him because you loved him. Ain't that much damn love in the world. You like what you was getting out of the situation. And see, when you deal with niggas I never encourage anybody to deal with men for just money. That's like, to me, that's broke hoe syndrome. You don't just deal with people just for money, because then you will end up being a slave, a slave. You end up being a slave for money, up here getting abused and pimped out and everything for the dollar. But then, like I said, I do not believe this bullshit about, I would give all the money back to never do a freak off again. And you did them. You did them. Okay? And do not get in my comments talking about I'm slut shaming or, there's a lot of victim blaming, and, I'm not victim blaming her. I'm just here to tell you that we all have to be honest about our real intentions with people. And anybody that dealt with Diddy did not deal with Diddy just because they loved him. They liked the benefits of what they were getting. Okay? Well, she didn't ask to be abused. No, nobody deserves that. Like I said, I stand 10 toes down. He was wrong, and his ass should rot in jail for the rest of his life. He was wrong to do that to her. But you gotta look at everything, right? Like, all these people all of a sudden are speaking out. Why y'all didn't speak out back then? And I'm not talking about the women that he essayed. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about all these bodyguards and security. All these people saw this man act like a fucking monster, and when it was in real time, nobody said shit. Everybody still wanted what? Their money. And I'm here to tell you that people help people become monsters. They help them with that. That man had been probably abusing women for years, and all type of niggas seen it, and said nothing. They was all in on it. Okay? Similar to the R. Kelly case, where, all of that stuff of what he did, and then you got the parents, and my poor child. Why the hell would you drop your why would you drop your child off at R. Kelly's house? What the hell you think is gonna happen? You heard about his reputation. You heard about it. It had been out for a while. Diddy, the same thing. He had a bad reputation. And these people, they chose to ignore it. They did. They not gonna tell you that part. But I just think it's so wrong, and I want us as women to start doing this. I think we will be better off when we start taking accountability for the situations that we choose to entertain, for the men that we choose to entertain. I'm not at all saying that gives anybody the right to dog you out, disrespect you, or abuse you. That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm just saying you are better off in life when you're not a victim. And because at the end of the day, all you can do is control yourself. You can't control people. You can't make them treat you the right way, right? But you can really be honest. Keep yourself honest about your true intentions. And I do not believe Cassie's true intentions was love and peace, and you were with Diddy. You saw stuff early on. You chose to ignore it. You wanted the career. Okay? You wanted the career. You wanted the fame, the money, the access. You ended up with the trainer that he hired for you, or him, or whoever. Do you see what I'm saying? So you were there for the benefits. You are a victim, however, of the physical and emotional, abuse, and, all that type of stuff. And I believe she did testify that he had AR'd her. That's wrong. So you are a victim of that. But see, I think what happens is we have all of these very serious allegations, and then we get away from people's true intentions for people. We do. We do. So let me see what some people think about all of this. Because there are people that feel like Cassie is not a true, victim. So let's just see what some people have to say about this. Okay, so one lady comments on all of this, and she says, when I had my situation and I left, the only thing I took with me was my beautiful 2-year-old daughter. I left behind a big house, expensive cars, a lifestyle only anyone could dream of. That's a victim, guys. That's a true victim. Like, true in every sense of the word, because she was willing to leave behind all those things. Cassie has gotten money. Cassie had got a new man out of this. Cassie has really ate off of this situation. Her coming in pregnant on purpose, that way more people can feel sorry, and they're playing all into it, right? And I'm pretty sure, she has PTSD. I'm pretty sure. And I understand this is a lot, So the lady continues to say, I left behind a big house, expensive cars, a lifestyle only anyone could dream of, and I never looked back. I was 26 years old. Cassie is not a victim. She is a victim, of the abuse and the R-ing, and she is a victim of certain things, but a tried and true victim, she is not. Because you are at way too many freak offs, sis. Way too many. And a lot of women, they do this. They have threesomes with they niggas. Okay? I think I was asked a long time ago by some raggedy ass man I was with. I said, honey, you can barely handle the queen when it's just me and you. You trying to bring another person in? His old leprechaun looking at, old Tory Lanez looking ass nigga, I never will forget. You ain't getting shit. And you tell these niggas no, but the bitches will be, no, that's what my man, that's what he want. He won't get it. Okay? All these niggas be wanting threesomes. That's why a lot of them feel like they can cheat. You better not. You're a fucking slut, tramp, whore when you step out and when you move right along. Okay? They're not, though. They're just being men. So, another person says, what I thought was interesting was hearing the testimony over the last 3 days was that she always kept a boyfriend from day one. That's another thing. Like, you never went to work on your healing. You never did. From her relationship with Ryan Leslie to her marriage to her husband, Cassie needs some intense therapy. She was broken before she even met Sean. I agree with that. And then what is this I'm hearing? They had consensual sex. I'm sorry, I'm not consenting to a motherfucking thing after you are me. Are you serious? I was like, yeah, well, you can't, you gotta let go. I don't have feelings for a motherfucker slapping me around, hitting me, and all that shit. I'm sorry. Feeling then went out the motherfucking window. I told you I would have been home alone up in that motherfucker, for real. Home alone, problem child. Okay? Would have put Crisco on them floors. He would have been taking a bath, honey. Who was that Al Green that got burned with them grits, child? He would be in a bathtub, child. I'd be like, is you hungry? Is you hungry, honey? Did you eat yet? Let me hang up your coat, your coat, your coat. Okay? That's what I would have been on. Shit. But ain't no, hell no. One person says she just wanted him to stop beating on her in the moment. She wanted all the benefits of being with him. She enjoyed that lifestyle. Yeah. And see, a lot of people, they're not talking about that because they're very focused on, well, Diddy ain't shit. And like I said, you guys, he's a piece of shit. He deserves to rot in hell, in jail. So, look, keep him. Okay? I get it. I'm not negating that, but we have to be honest about the other part of this. Then it came up, she was jealous of his relationship with Kim Porter. He didn't really want her around his children. She is a racially ambiguous woman. I don't know what her race is. She's a beautiful woman, but something also tells me that she thought she would get treated better because she's not black. A lot of them think that. Okay? So one person says, remember when Young Miami said, you won't, but I will. Cassie got into the FO situation with Puff willingly by her own admission. Then I believe it got to be too much for her and he didn't want her. It's unfortunate. I hate what she went through, but those text messages say a lot. Yeah. Another person says Cassie sold her soul a long time ago. She knew exactly what she was getting into. She ain't no damn victim. And I will say this, she is a victim of the abuse, the physical abuse, the emotional abuse. She is a victim of certain things. I will clarify that, but you wanted this lifestyle. And a lot of women, they don't like that unfortunately, this is what comes with it. When you get with a man and he has all the money and you don't have anything. Okay? Another person says, I've always wondered about why women don't leave after many years of abuse. It makes sense because she wanted something from him. Oh, and she got it. She got it. Other people are judging her about the video that came out. Y'all know the video of him like dragging her around. People were getting on her for stopping to put on lip gloss, and remember she was running through the halls and no shoes on. This person is saying that she wasn't really in a hurry to get away. She was taking her time. That video, though, is really sad, though. It's really, he's such a coward. I bet he would never do that shit to a man. And that's what a lot of these men do. They love abusing women. They will never step to a man like that, Another person says Cassie was a willing participant for the benefits and not a helpless victim. Her courtroom pregnancy was planned perfectly. What did I just tell y'all? Cassie needs to give the $30 million from her lawsuit back to Diddy. Wonder how her husband feels. No, don't get the money back. You got it now. But just, she was looking to get something out of this situation. And I get it. Pay me for my pain. I always tell y'all that. It's just, I wouldn't have been doing all of this to get that. I'm sorry. Nope. All right, you guys, and on that note, I am out. Don't forget, guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, Brand New, and I will check you guys out in the next